Caitlin Clark is a young, promising basketball star
Clark, oh my!
who's capturing fans' attention with her stunning court skills
She gets it out of that left hand, and it's money.
and lively personality. With a potential $1 million offer and ownership stakes to be the first player signed by a new league, Clark's future looks shining. Fans are thrilled about her possible appearance on a podcast with the Kelsey brothers. Stay tuned for what's next. Clark's journey is just getting started. As the inaugural season of the Unrivaled League approaches, this innovative 3-on-3 basketball league aims to get the best WNBA players on board and bring entertainment to the platform to renew basketball enthusiasts' interest. Many fans have been following, but one player who has received much attention in this relatively short time is Caitlin Clark. With aggressive play style, promising performance on the court and growing fan base, Clark is said to be offered a staggering deal of more than $1 million per year, plus a share in the league's ownership. This offer is a giant stride from what she has been paid at Indiana Fever, which she joined and inked a 4-year deal worth $33,856 for the year 2024, with the last figure showing $76,535, but expected to rise to $97,582 in her previous year.
Team rallied twice in the Southland Conference tournament for wins, and that one kept.
Not only is Clark a fan favourite, but she's also been endorsement gold. Nike has paid her $28 million for 8 years. The figures placed her prospective Unrivaled League deal into a new light, illustrating the relevance of this possible action. Especially given the fact that the expectations are that most of the players entering into Unrivaled will sign 3-year contracts for $250,000, besides their equity stakes of 0.5%. For Clark, it's much more than the potential of earning a healthy sum of money. It's a chance to own a part of something that will be writing a new page in the history of women's professional basketball. Instead of pushing her to make this decision immediately, the Unrivaled League's head official, Alex Bazell, let Clark think about this step as a giant leap for her. He said they have a roster position set aside for her and wish to have her fresh enough after a strenuous season before engaging in contract talks. Bazell is methodical and has the long view, understanding that including a talent such as Clark can revitalise the league.
Much easier said than done. Here's one of hers.
On the other hand, fans are closely watching every move in anticipation of Clark's ability to perform in the Unrivaled League,
Around Fletcher, the leaner is good.
which may be one of the most significant transfers in the annals of sports history. However, not everybody found Clark's financially tempting proposal to be as well received, easily separating the love and definite hatred from the fence-sitters. Some fans have expressed enthusiasm about how Clark's involvement is likely to bring awareness to the league, with some fanboys even dreaming of turning her into the face of the league. Still, a very active part of the community is worried about the vast difference between the proposed amount of money that Clark claimed to have been offered and other players' contracts. Whether the structure can continue functioning remains to be seen. Still, some social media users tend to compare Clark's deal to a Messi-like bet by stating it is somewhat unfair to crowd funds for a single person. At the same time, other players deserving of an opportunity are sidelined. What concerns social platforms fans? Some say, let other players shine. She doesn't need the money. On the other side, many say, all players should get the same deal. In these conversations, there is a hidden layer related to fair and equal remuneration practices adopted in the construction of professional sports contracts as a reflection of how fans appreciate equal pay and the maintenance of a balanced environment within the league. As for the Unrivaled League, these reactions come back to the fact that ownership of equity stakes and high financial rewards implies certain obligations. On the one hand, the league has to provide significant fiscal incentives to attract star players. On the other hand, it has to ensure balanced rostering. However, the favourable buzz is not limited to Clark on the basketball floor. Outside of the basketball floor, Clark's persona and hobbies have endeared her in very surreal ways among fans. She is also a famous supporter of Taylor Swift and has been a Kansas City Chiefs football team supporter for quite a long time. The already widely publicised romance between Swift and Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce is only a kindling of the fire, and fans are now demanding an unforgettable meeting. Caitlin Clark as a guest on the New Heights podcast with Travis and his brother Jason. One day, one person tweeted the idea, saying it had become the most watched episode immediately. The idea went viral. The passion for this idea proves that Clark occupies a unique niche in pop culture. She is loved for her voice and who she is. Fans saw Clark recently go to a Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert in Indianapolis, with her boyfriend and vibed very hard as a Swiftie. She exchanged bracelets given to fans and eagerly talked about her song of the night, Enchanted. Thank you, Iowa, for letting me watch more Caitlin Clark Instagram stories in 2 nights than I have all season, she wrote to her followers. Thank you, Taylor Swift. Her natural interaction with the audience gave rise to even more positive comments from fans who enjoy this side of hers. To some of Clark's followers, her spirited and unabashed interaction with Swift's music and so intricate phenomenon makes her even more endearing. An ordinary woman who also follows her celebrity dreams and has not forgotten how wonderful it is to see a concert with friends. As the thought of the podcast gained momentum, fans quickly mobilized to ensure Clark was brought onto New Heights, as her inclusion would be iconic and significant fun. Humorous and enthusiastic most of the time, Clark has been a source of laughter for both her teammates and the general public. This one really summed it up with a punchline. I laughed so hard. This was precisely it. The girl has a basketball IQ but can be a comedian too. This comment captured the humour and the talent fans believe Clark could add to the Kelce Brothers podcast. The suggestion has spurred several creative ideas, with people going as far as even coming up with suggestions as crazy as a holiday special with Clark, Swift, and the Kelce something that some have called the ultimate Taylor and Caitlin Christmas special. The interest in such an association episode stems from the need to see Clark in an environment where her personality off the court would be best seen, mingling with prominent personalities in sports and entertainment. Chiefs fans, basketball lovers, and Swifties, Clark's podcast features New Heights might skyrocket with an installed base of listeners across various compartments of fandoms. Among the fans, several fans provided a few areas of discussion that they believed Clark should tread lightly, including the on-court beef between Clark and fellow player Angel Reese. When Reese was back on a podcast show with Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole, recently some fans jokingly asked Clark and the Kelces to keep off this subject in case of any slip-ups. But for most fans, the chance to cross over with Clark stays an open page in a book with the hope that the energy, humour and lively discussion this beloved character would bring into the show is worth the wait. They think that Clark is a fan of the Chiefs, and they pointed out her humour, which they believe could make her a great guest who could provide the needed mix of professional analysis of the Chiefs and humour, which is what New Heights podcast needs. For Clark, these changes suggest her growing agency inside and outside basketball. Whether she becomes a part of the Unrivaled League or not, she is still planting and growing in the basketball world, and is unexpectedly talented with fans of any kind. The proposed $1 million Unrivaled contract proves she is a valuable player, while the fans' campaigns, such as the podcast appearance, show that many people like her. When Clark has these envious opportunities, fans would naturally be watching her back and agreeing to whatever next steps she makes both on and off the court. Suppose this podcast collaboration or league switch makes it. In that case, Clark is about to enter one of the most significant transformations of her career, transitioning into new spaces that merge sports, entertainment, and pop culture. and expanding her influence in sports ad fandoms worldwide. Caitlin Clark is on the brink of exciting changes with a potential move to the Unrivaled League and a podcast appearance with the Kelsey brothers. How will she shape her future in sports and entertainment? Like and subscribe for the latest updates.